What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to talk about Rebellion, since that is the new hot topic, and why, even though I'm sure many people, try to find a way to disagree with this, and rightfully so, but why I think Rebellion has a very strong chance of bringing new players in. Now, let me just clarify on this, right? I think there's a lot of other things that will need to happen for new players to come in. Obviously, there's a lot of, game developments, and we want the token economy to improve. But one thing that I think is getting overlooked, because a lot of people just look at this and they're like, oh, more card inflation, more cards, teams just selling a bunch of stuff. I talked about this recently in a context, or in the context of like current players like myself, who have been excited for Rebellion ever since Chaos Legion was announced, mainly because it's like, well, we just want to get the Untamed cards out of rotation so that we can feel like we're competitive. So for current players, at least players who are part of the Chaos Legion class, we'll call it, who came in anywhere between summer of 2021 onwards, those players I think are excited for Rebellion in the sense that from a gameplay perspective, it'll be on a much more even playing field, right? Everybody has to go out and buy Rebellion cards. We're all starting from scratch here. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the game. Now, you take that same concept and apply it to new players coming in. And it's essentially the same, right? Because new players coming in will have to buy Rebellion packs no matter what. But Chaos Legion cards are relatively cheap on the marketplace right now, and the packs on the secondary market are plentiful. There's still almost 3 million circulating, and they are, they're going for like $1 a piece. So it's like nothing at this point. So my point is, if a player is coming in, a new player, they don't have to come in and buy these super, super meta cards off of the secondary market. Your Kitty, your Jotun, your Llama, even some of the old reward cards, for example, right? Like an Almo Cambio tends to be up there. $23 for one BCX, right? All of these cards are very much a part of the meta right now, and not enough people, or not many people are able to have them in their decks. So when Rebellion comes out, it'll almost be like the great reset, the great equalizer, right? That puts everybody on the same playing field, because you're able to get Chaos Legion cards for pretty cheap right now. In fact, if we look at the Chaos Legion set value, and I'm not going to pull it up here, but I'll let you know, it's as low as it's ever been, or very close to the all-time low for Chaos Legion set, for the the overall pack, or sorry, not pack value, but set value, if you look across the last 6 to 9 months. So if everybody's going to be on the same playing field, well, now a new player comes in, does not necessarily feel at a huge disadvantage because they don't have all the older cards. Granted, they still won't have the Chaos Legion cards, but going back to buy the Chaos Legion cards because you need them versus us having to go back and buy the Untamed cards right now, it's a completely different process. I mean, you look at Chaos Legion, and let's see, what is the most expensive card in Chaos Legion if you don't count the promo cards? If you remove the promo cards and you just look at Rift Watchers, I'm sorry, not Rift Watchers, but you just look at all the cards, including Rift Watchers, it's $20, right? Granted, Rift Watchers is on a different level, and that's why I think Rift Watchers could be one of the more valuable sets. Rift Watchers could be kind of like the Untamed / Dice of the future, but let's just take Rift Watchers out. You have, one legendary summoner going for $14, the rest of them going for about 10 or even less than 10. If you take the summoners out and just look at the units that are there, it's $6 and under. There's only one card that's $6, right? Bakjira per BCX. The rest of them are less than $5. These are the legendaries, right? Legendaries, you can go all the way down to even some of the epics here. So this is the cheapest that it's ever been. And the harsh truth is that I don't think it's going to get any more expensive anytime soon. Sure, can land move the prices? Maybe a little bit, but there's 3 million packs out there, and I don't think land utilization is going to be really high for cards. I've been saying from the beginning, I don't think land solves the card problem, but I think it solves the DEC and SPS problem, which is more than enough for this game to really take it to the next level. And in a way, it doesn't need to solve the card problem, at least not right away, because we want cards available for new players. When they come in, we don't want them to feel as though they're disadvantaged because they can't go back and buy cards from the previous set for, hundreds or thousands of dollars. They can just come in, spend much less than we would have had to spend, right, as the Chaos Legion class. So we're talking about like the Rebellion class, right? What they come in and people come in when Rebellion is out. So in a way, I actually think if you view it through that lens, there's a strong possibility that any marketing that the team does, any kind of pump in the price of SPS that brings attention and new players potentially to the space, this could loop them in. This could hook them because it's like, hey, I'm coming in at a time when, the more expensive cards are rotating out. And if I want to be competitive, Chaos Legion card prices are at an all-time low and I can go buy new Rebellion packs just like every other player out there in the game. So I'm actually feeling even a little bit more bullish for Rebellion. Again, there's a lot that Land needs to solve, and I would love to see Land well before Rebellion comes out, but that's kind of where we're at in terms of what we are expecting, at least for the rest of this year, at least according to the team, right? All we know is that team is working on Land, and Land is soon, and they've also talked about Rebellion being something that they want to get out by the end of the year. New game modes, all that stuff. I mean, it's been talked about, but at this point, it doesn't seem, at least from the last town hall, as though we have a time frame necessarily. I would love to see all that. I would love to see all of it in Q4. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see skins. I would love to see draft mode, arena runs, whatever it is. But until we hear something from the team, it's like not even on a roadmap for me at this point, right? So that's where my head is at. I think that, Rebellion could be good in many ways. I think a lot of people are going to complain about Rebellion when it comes out, in the sense that, they're already complaining about it now, but they'll continue to complain all the way through until it comes out and when it's actually out. But I do think that it can have a lot of positive impacts for the game economy as a whole. And when I talk about the game economy, please know I'm not talking about cards. I don't care about card prices. I don't care about your deck value. Really. It's just cards are an inflationary asset class, and they will be infinitely inflationary. So that's why I will say that. And this is not a financial channel. This is not finance advice, right? Or financial advice. This is not a finance channel. But I just look at it in terms of like what would be good for the game and the rising price of SPS, right? So the burning of a ton of DEC, or the locking up of a ton of DEC, and burning of SPS to raise the price of SPS will be good for the game as a whole. So that's where I'm at. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.